Hey guys, Reed here and welcome to Reed Reborn. Today is a guide on one of the new dungeons from update 2.4, Sunken Temple of Qarn hard mode. You need an average item level of 80 or above to get into this, and you also have to have the quest Wrath of Qarn, which you can find in Mordona. Overall, I think that this dungeon is a lot better than normal mode. I mean, I know a lot of people disliked the normal mode, but this hard mode is actually quite a lot better and a pretty enjoyable dungeon. Okay, so after killing some monsters and collecting the Sun Sphere, you're going to come to the first boss room and fight against the damaged Adjudicator. And as you can see, he splits into three parts: the head, the arm and the tail. And our party just took out the head first, then the arm, then the tail. I don't really think it matters which order you do it in, but as soon as you take them out, some ruins crawler spawn. And you just have to take them out as quickly as you can, and then he'll go back to normal. But as always, dodge the AoEs. As you can see, he does a couple of straight line AoEs, and just it's pretty easy to get out of the way of, but just make sure you do, because it does quite a lot of damage. And something he also does is target one player with an orange arrow. If this happens to you, just run to the edge, because an orb is going to sort of spawn, and it does some AoE damage around the ground called subduction, and every time it hits you, it does around 500 to 600 damage. So run it to the edge so it's easy for your party to avoid it. Something else you also saw was that quicksand. If this happens to you, you have about 8 seconds to get out of the middle, or otherwise you'll die because you just keep sinking. So just make sure you get out of the way if you get targeted by one of those, and run to a safe area. But after repeating the process of taking his head, arm and tail down, dodging all the AoEs and taking down these ruins crawler, you're on to the last 5% of his health, and that is just him. Like, you can't target anything else. The only thing to look out for in this last 5% is, I think he does 2 quicksand things, so just stay out of the way of them, and that will be the first boss over. Okay, after collecting the moon sphere, you're going to come on to the second boss, Sabotender Emperatriz. Advice from the start would just be to take out the 2 adds first, before focusing your damage on the boss. At around 80%, he's going to summon 4 adds. Just take them out as quick as you can, and then you can just move back onto the boss. They don't do anything, so just take them out as quick as you can. As you will see, this boss does do a ground AoE. It's called 3000 needles. He just throws a bomb into the area and it explodes. If you do see it, just try and get out of the way, because it does do fairly high damage. And as you can see, at 65%, some more adds spawn. Our party just took out the biggest add first, just because it does the most damage. But then once you've done that and taken out the rest of the adds, you can go back to fighting the boss. And finally, at 35%, he's going to summon some final set of adds. In this, you have to take out the large add first, because as you can see, he's doing a move called 100,000 needles, and this wipes the whole party. The way you can stop this is by taking out the largest add first, and then he loses count of the needles, and therefore he won't do the move. And then as we killed him, yep, he lost count of the needles. And then once you've done that, you can just take out the rest while dodging the AoEs, and that is the rest of the fight. After you collect the Star Sphere and deactivate the magic trap, you're going to come against the final boss, the Vicegerent to the Warden. This fight is pretty straightforward, but you spend most of the time dodging some AoEs. So pretty often throughout this fight, you're going to see these coffins spawn on the side of the area and run across. You want to avoid these because they give you a debuff called Curse of the Mummy. If you get 4 stacks of this, you get mummified and you're out of the fight for like 20 seconds, which could pretty much cause you to die. So if you see them spawn, it does tell you, as you saw. Just make sure you dodge the coffins, and you'll be fine. So around 55%, his sword is going to emit an impure light, and he's going to do a move called Light of the Anathema. And this, as you can see, it gave me 3 stacks of Curse of the Mummy and dealt 2000 damage. But it doesn't have it doesn't show the lines on the floor where it's going to do. You just have to judge it, and if he starts facing you while casting, you have to move out of the way, so you don't get hit. So at around 30%, he's going to go to every single player and do this sort of triple slash. But the more stacks of Curse of the Mummy you have, the more damage you'll take. So it's really important you try not to get stacks throughout the fight, and less damage will be taken here. But after dodging all the mummies throughout the fight and the other attacks, you would have killed the final boss and completed Sunken Temple of Qarn hard mode. See, it wasn't too bad. But that is my guide over. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more Final Fantasy XIV videos in the future.